Dillian the Body Snatcher White here. It's a champ. Big up to Sporting Icon. Subscribe. Otherwise, I might pay you guys a visit.
The WBC President Mauricio Sulaiman has said that he's quite happy and will authorise a fight between Tyson Fury versus Dillian Whyte this year, as in the next fight. Providing Dillian Whyte, Tyson Fury can, of course, come to an agreement and Deontay Wilder does not take the rematch with Tyson Fury. As we know, Fury, Wilder, they have a contractual rematch. But again, let's look at it realistically. That's nobody's fault but Tyson Fury's fault. He replaced Dillian Whyte as mandatory, so therefore he did not need a rematch. But he did anyway. So when people say how it's not fair that Tyson Fury, he should have to fight Deontay Wilder in, say, November or December time, and then has to fight Dillian Whyte in February, there's not enough time between the two fights, that's Tyson Fury's fault for signing a rematch. Let's be real about it. He didn't need to sign a rematch. When you're mandatory, you don't need a rematch, but you did anyway. Okay, so there's that one. And plus for the fact that how is that Dillian Whyte's fault that Fury and Wilder may not be fighting until November, December time? How's that his fault? How's that his problem? And the reason that they're waiting for so long to have this fight is because they want a crowd. They don't want to fight without a crowd because they're not confident that the pay-per-view in itself is going to generate enough money. So how's that Dillian Whyte's fault? They could fight in August. What's the problem? Do it behind closed doors if necessary. Anyway, that is what it is. Now, will Wilder pull out and Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte have that fight? I don't know. I mean, it does appear that the fans of Deontay Wilder don't really want to fight. I mean, with all the excuses and the just wishing and hoping and praying if you speak it and you will receive it and all this kind of thing, that they want Tyson Fury stripped of that belt and Wilder's loss amended to a no contest and Wilder gets the belt back. That's what they want because they're frightened to death that Tyson Fury is going to do the same thing to Wilder again. So they don't really want the fight. That's why they come up with all the excuses. Plus Deontay Wilder's brother, a member of his own team, saying that Tyson Fury using these loaded gloves and the doctor confirmed this on the autopsy. Okay, so his team don't really want the fight either, and Deontay Wilder not saying that he agrees with any of it, not saying that he disagrees with any of it. He's just not saying anything. So that would tell me he's waiting to see how all of this plays out, and he wants Tyson Fury stripped because he doesn't really want the fight as well. So maybe he will pull out of it. But at the end of the day, with all these accusations, Fury could sue Deontay Wilder, and if he sues Deontay Wilder, they can't fight. You cannot have a fight with somebody that you have an open case against. Much like Wilder, if he wants to try and go down the legal route with Tyson Fury, they can't fight. Is what it is. So that makes room for Tyson Fury and Dillian Whyte. Who would not want to watch that fight? I did a poll probably about 2-3 months ago now and said, given the choice, do you want to see a Wilder Fury Part 3 fight or a Fury Whyte fight? Which fight would you want to see? 86% said Dillian Whyte. That's the fight they want to see. We've already seen 2 fights with Fury Wilder. Why need to see him again? Fury beat him on points the first time, got screwed to a draw, and absolutely decimated him in the rematch. We really don't need to see this third fight. Don't need to see it. So a fight with Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. Dillian Whyte's been owed a WBC World Heavyweight title fight for a long time, and before any of the Fury nuthuggers out there, I'm talking about the extreme ones, saying, well, Dillian Whyte, he had a world title opportunity against Anthony Joshua and didn't take it. Okay, that's true. But it's not WBC. Dillian Whyte wants the WBC. He wants to go fight Joshua for undisputed. Much like Tyson Fury did. Tyson Fury also turned down Anthony Joshua for way more money than what Dillian Whyte did. A hell of a lot more. 40% worth. And he turned it down. Why? Because he wanted to fight Wilder for the WBC. So why are we giving Fury a pass, be it slating Dillian Whyte? I'll tell you what we do. We put Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte in the ring together and let's see who wins. So the WBC are quite happy for that fight to happen. They will sanction it. They will authorise it. They will rubber stamp it. For me, for many of you guys, let's get it on. I want to see Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte, and the winner goes and takes on Anthony Joshua. The press conferences are going to be raw. The fight itself is going to be very, very interesting, that's for sure. Dillian Whyte's very, very confident of beating Tyson Fury. Tyson Fury, he says he's very, very confident of beating Dillian Whyte as well. I know that Tyson Fury, he's been talking a lot about how he he will vacate the belt rather than fight Dillian Whyte, all that kind of stuff. I think he's just playing games, to be honest with you. So I think he will fight Dillian Whyte. And it's a mega fight. Why wouldn't he want to fight him? This fight between Dillian Whyte and Tyson Fury would do way more pay-per-view numbers than any third fight with Fury and Wilder, for sure. For sure. Especially here in the UK. Now, you could say that, well, Tyson Fury, he doesn't have a British Box Border Control license, so how can they fight? Well, 2 points for that one. It takes 6 weeks to apply and get your license. There's that one. And they could rush it through as well if they really wanted to. Or he doesn't need a British Box Border Control license to fight in the UK. You can fight outside the jurisdiction of the British Box Border Control. Quite a few fighters do it. So he doesn't have to go down that route anyway. So no reason why this fight cannot happen and the fight not happen here in the UK. We know Fury, he wants to be fighting in America because he doesn't want to fight here in the UK because he doesn't feel like he has a good enough fan base who support him here in the UK. He feels let down by the press and all that kind of thing, so he goes to fights in America where he feels appreciated. But what's the point of two Brits fighting in America? What is the point? Fury can't sell pay-per-views over in America against a non-American. We've seen it with Otto Wallin, we've seen it with Tom Schwartz. With Wilder, because Wilder is American. But even then, the numbers weren't great. Let's be honest, they weren't great. But Fury, Dillian Whyte, the pay-per-view numbers here in the UK would be phenomenal. I'm telling you, it would be huge, huge numbers. Doesn't matter whether it's on Sky Sports, BT Sport, collaboration across both networks. Who cares? Don't care. It's going to be massive, massive numbers. And it's definitely a fight that I'm sure each and every one of you would love to watch. But for those who say, don't really want to see Dillian Whyte take on Tyson Fury, for me, that's you telling me that you're not confident that Tyson Fury is going to beat Dillian Whyte, and that's going to totally derail any Tyson Fury-Anthony Joshua fight. But there again, there's a lot of people who are fully confident in Tyson Fury who will beat Dillian Whyte and will handle him quite well. Cool, let's see the fight, no problem. I want to see Tyson Fury, Dillian Whyte. Let's get it on. WBC, rubber stamp this one. Wilder, go fight Andy Ruiz Jr.'s of the world. Go rematch Luis Ortiz, Bermane Stiverne, Chris Arreola. Go do what you got to do. Let the big boys play, okay? You had 2 cracks at Tyson Fury and you come up short on both of them. Don't need to be seeing a third fight, and with all these excuses, quite clearly, you don't want the fight. Otherwise, you would have come out and said, you know what? None of it's true. I lost on the night in the rematch. I'll get him back. But you haven't even said that. Drop your thoughts below, click thumbs up, subscribe, catch you all in the next video.